topic would be budget. That work? Okay.
Thank
Okay
you.
with you, Madam President?
Yes.
And also, in the district policy, I noticed there were a few things that were not quite aligned with. One of them was in even years, we're supposed to, well, the district's supposed to review it and at least make housekeeping changes. And maybe we could make that an agenda item in the future and
You mean for the budget proposal?
separate.
Well, update to the policy.
I think he's talking about the
More
school board
administrative.
policy,
Oh, okay,
this thing here.
okay,
It has dated information.
Okay.
and
Yeah, it's dated
references.
information,
Okay.
yeah.
okay.
And maybe a few things like the board's, I noticed the board's supposed to eat lunch at the school when we make a visit. We've kind of gotten away from that. Maybe it's not something to include, but it is the policy, so we could do that, or we could.
You want to
remove
see it removed, since we're not doing it?
I'm not saying either way. It's just something we should look at because
Okay.
there are things of that nature that are in the policy that we're not doing. So we should have a
Okay.
policy that we abide by.
Okay,
We're talking about maybe a working group to review this school board policy kind of thing.
Again,
or
I think that's going to be
something we
another
have to
thing that I'm
research,
going
see
to
if
have
we
to
can do that.
research and let you know through email whether we're going to have to come together, you know, or open it, or we could do it through email, so I'll let you know.
All right. Thank you.
Any other new business? Consent agenda. We could approve the appropriated funds budget report, pages 6 through 9, the food services operating costs, pages 12 through 13, and the employee report, page 14. Could somebody move for it to be approved?
Move for it to be approved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Public participation. Please be advised, in public participation, you have a 3-minute timeline. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Shannon Rasmussen, and many of you may remember that I spoke before the school board last year, last school year in May, and I won't take up much of your time because I know you're tired of talking about the dress code. But I do want to offer one other perspective, and that's this, that very often, first of all, I'm a substitute teacher and a parent of children at 3 different schools here on Fort Knox. And so when the dress code comes up, what I very, very often hear offered as a reason that we're struggling is enforcement. And even the results of the survey that were put out indicate that enforcement is a problem. To me, the logical follow-on answer is why. Why is enforcement a problem? And I came here today prepared to talk about spirit wear, but you guys have addressed that, so I won't go through that again. But I want to point out one small example of how this dress code is difficult. For example, chambray shirts. It's a denim-looking material. It's not denim. Nowhere in our dress code does it say that denim shirts are prohibited, but that is actively being enforced by some people in the school. And it's not malicious, and it's not, there's no ill will behind it. They are enforcing their understanding. So my request is that as you guys move through this purpose, you would just please be mindful. Let's make this simpler, less cumbersome, easier to enforce, because as many people have said to me, let's make this about education and not about what our children are wearing. And that's all I'd like to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Laurel Dawson, and I am president of Fort Knox Education Association, the organization that represents the certified staff in the school district. And I am also a middle school teacher this year. In the past, the dress code, the secondary dress code didn't mean a whole lot to me. I heard lots of opinions, but I wasn't in a position of enforcing it. I chose my outfit very carefully today because I want to point out to you that what I am wearing today actually is allowed in the dress code. They may look like jeans, but they are cotton, polyester, and spandex. This is a problem. The problem is that I do not want, as a grown woman, to have somebody scrutinizing my trousers, trying to determine if they are denim or if they are an acceptable material. I certainly don't want the people that I represent to have to do this with our preteen and teenage children. There's lots to say about the dress code, and maybe hopefully there will be a time that we can get together and have a working group and talk these things out. But the point that I want to make today is whether jeans-looking pants are allowed or not allowed, there should not be a middle ground. No teacher, no administrator should have to try to determine if these are denim or if they are an acceptable combination of materials. Thanks.